45% of long-term Bitcoin holders are sitting at a loss right now. That number sounds brutal, but it's where this story gets interesting. For the past several months, the thing really hanging over BTC wasn't the macro. It wasn't interest rates or geopolitics, though they got the attention. It was one company, Strategy, formerly MicroStrategy. MSTR has been accumulating Bitcoin aggressively, and their capital structure, specifically the preferred stock dividends, raised a real question. What if they have to sell BTC to cover obligations? That one fear was enough to keep a lid on the entire market. Last week, MSTR answered it. $2.5 billion cash reserve, a formal Bitcoin monetization program. They made it structurally impossible to be forced sellers. And the moment that threat left the table, the market could finally look at Bitcoin on its own terms again. And when you do that, three things show up simultaneously. First, the money supply. M2 in the US just crossed $23 trillion and jumped over 1% in a single month, the fastest clip since 2021. Every time that accelerates, every time governments print more than productivity grows, Bitcoin's fixed supply of 21 million becomes a harder argument to dismiss. Second, ETF flows. Bitcoin ETFs saw 8.2 billion in outflows since mid-May. That would normally be alarming, except the timing maps almost perfectly onto MSTR anxiety and capital being freed up around the SpaceX IPO. With both of those in the rear view, the metric to watch now is whether sustained inflows come back. The Coinbase Premium, which tracks US buyer appetite specifically, has already improved meaningfully since end of quarter. That's early, but it's directional. Third, and this is the one that matters most, who's still holding? When 45% of long-term holders are underwater, what that data is really telling you is that almost everyone who is going to panic already did. The weak hands left months ago. What's left is the people who look at a loss and buy more. And BTC supply held by long-term holders just hit a record high. They're not just holding, they're adding. So here's the question worth sitting with. If the sellers are already out and the three converging signals, M2, ETF appetite, LTH accumulation, all start moving together, what exactly are you waiting for? Not a call, not a prediction. Just a question about where your logic actually lands. What's your line? The level where you'd take this seriously? Drop it below. Follow Blockdesk for more of this kind of analysis. Follow Blockdesk for daily crypto insights.